week.
Welcome, I'm Miss Jill, and this is In the Know. So this week we're going to be focusing a little bit on health, spiritual health, mental health, physical health. I think today we're all in this hustle mode, hustle, bustle, all about growth, all about money, that's all you hear. So often when we're focusing in on one thing, sometimes things get put on the back burner. And I personally think that one of those things is health. So really, until we fall ill, we don't realize that we are ignoring our health. I have a gentleman here with us this evening who goes by one of his favorite things to say, as I've noticed, is your health is your wealth. With that being said, I want to welcome Mr. Dave Thomas from
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
No. that too. Hi, Dave. Welcome.
Hey, how
Yes,
are you?
welcome. Thank you for having me here.
We're glad to have you. I got quiet quick. Y'all started looking at each other. Say something. Back on. He's not going to be a part of this today.
So when we talk about health, Dave, you have been quoted to say quite a bit that your health is your wealth. You
Yep.
truly believe in that.
Most definitely.
Most definitely.
And thoroughly immersed in your health. And it's been a journey, a health journey, I should say. But your health is your wealth. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who have a lot of money, but they'll turn it over for good health.
That's true.
Gotcha.
That's
Gotcha.
true.
So Dave is with us from Health Hut Wellness Center. You are the owner?
I am the co-owner.
Co-owner? Okay.
Co-owner with Dr. Scott Henry, college roommate of mine. We went into business together, and we decided to focus on health, and we opened up the Health Hut, and as of today, we provide natural and organic health products to the community.
Oh, that's good.
Before we dive in, because I know we have some questions and we have a lot to talk about. Tell us a little bit about your background.
As it relates to health, it's so I guess diverse, but I was born in the South. Well, I was born north, Evanston, Illinois. I was born in Evanston.
Okay.
I grew up in the South, Mississippi. We raised chickens, pigs, all that jazz. Grew our own vegetables. So, good quality food eating, I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
In comparison to what's on the current market,
Sure.
Today. But as far as me leading to health, it's just I don't like to be in pain. I don't like discomfort. I was an athlete, played football, basketball, ran track. Exercise is common, to me as I, progressed through athletics. Working out was just the thing that you did,
Right.
involved in athletics.
Sure.
And when my athletic career ended, I continued to just kind of take care of my physical health, but I'm diving more into the health in terms of intake.
Gotcha. So you grew up around the gardens. You grew up around the healthy food.
Yep,
That
yep,
was
yep.
your life.
Yeah.
And I think I saw, was it 1995 where you came to Fort Wayne?
Moved to Fort Wayne in 95, yep.
Okay, so a little later on, you had noticed something about the market as far as not just the food deserts that everyone was speaking of, that we're still speaking of today. We're going to talk a little bit about that later. But you also spoke of the healthy, how did you put it? Organic desert. Like there was nothing like what you have going on right now.
Yeah. Just the need for more alternative ways of dealing with health, I think, is needed. As a school counselor, I see some of the ill health in kids, physically, mentally, and a lot of it has to do with diet. It's kind of sad when you see kids coming into to the nurse's office and have to take shots at such an early age, or pills at such
Oh, wow.
Supplement something that they should already
maybe
be.
mental or physical.
Right.
Also, that's kind of sad to see kids on that type of medication.
True.
But when you understand the society, it's like, okay, here we go.
Right.
Here we go. To kind of offset that, I kind of, myself and Dr. Scott Henry, we decided to focus on a more natural alternative to some of the stuff that's out there. And my co-partner, he is a cardiologist. He sees. You don't want to see this guy. I mean, when you have to, if you have to go to see a cardiologist, then you're not in the best.
You're
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and so diet is paramount, and it's one of the things that's killing the community.
Right.
Specifically African American community.
Correct.
We're eating ourselves to death.
That's true. That's true. And when you talk about it, because I've worked in social work and mental health, and for the longest they would diagnose the mental separate from the physical.
Dig that.
They didn't, which always boggled my mind, because the head and the body you can't separate. But they treat it. Now they're doing research, and they've done research to realize that what you're in, like you said, some of the things you're ingesting, they affect your moods.
Certain foods affect your emotional state. And there's a science behind food.
Right.
You are what you eat.
True.
And if you're eating bullshit,
That's what it is.
It'll manifest itself in the physical world.
That's true.
And so you really have to watch what you eat, and watch what you think. The food for mind. These cell phones is somewhat unrestricted in the terms of mental diet that you take in every day. And so if you got a bad mental diet, that's not good either.
True.
Yeah.
If you're
Absolutely.
spiritually deprived or spiritually unbalanced, that's not good.
Right.
If you're moral corrupt and don't have, a spiritual awareness, then good luck out here.
Yeah.
So your health hut is not just about physical health.
We like to educate as well. It's physical, mental, spiritual, and it's educational as well. Because, our whole idea is, it's know thyself,
Know thyself. I like that.
Yeah, and that's what I teach my kids at Memorial. I got a group of students. We just talked about that today. We're in the process of giving our group a motto, and know thyself is that motto. And they have, we went over the Ndinka symbols. The kids are going to pick out the symbols that best represent the group, and we're going to create shirts from those Ndinka symbols.
Oh.
So it becomes cultural, and they can identify, historically as well. So it's an educational piece that I try to, present to the students, and through farming. So we're going to teach the kids how to grow their own food.
That's amazing. That's what's needed.
That is needed. I know a lot of people, and you have a garden.
I have an urban farm.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that and the urban farm.
Well, it's kind of unique because it's within the inner city of, Fort Wayne, and we have about 1 acre, which is very unique within the inner city. We do have a farm number. We are we're excited about growing our own food.
For sure. Are the kids incorporated in this?
Yes, they
as
are.
Well?
Yes, they are. We talked about, what did we talk about today? Compost. And we're gonna have these kids build a compost site.
Okay. It's gonna be out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna meet Thursday. We're gonna head out to the farm. We're going to start prepping beds, and we're going to start doing some germinating. We're a little late, but the kids, they'll still get the benefit from it.
They sure will.
But,
let's talk a little bit about this building, because everyone knows the pyramid building. That's what most people call it. So it was built in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
It looks like it was built in the 70s. But at one point, you even reached out to the original architect of the building.
Yeah, you did some homework.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Tell us a little bit about that. Did you do that yourself, or was that your
Well, no, that was, because we're busy, we're working together, but, I'm here in Fort Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, my co-owner, he is in Louisiana.
I see. Okay.
He's taking care of business there. But I'm the CEO, so I control the operations. But it was a search, seek, and destroy mission, and that building had sat for a while with broken windows and grass
Right.
growing
Yes.
through up, and
Because you
I-
gutted it, right?
we we gutted that thing out and gave it a brand new look and gave it some curb appeal and kind of did some improvements with the community as we did the remodel. So we wanted to get rid of that eyesore, number one. Got rid of that, but even more important than that, we wanted to provide a avenue where the community can come and get some good quality products.
Absolutely. How were
Yeah.
you when you first opened? Since there wasn't really anything like
Mm-hmm.
this, how do you feel at first that the community received what you were doing?
I think it was well received, but just to kind of go back to the research.
Yep.
And that, I did my little homework. I saw that building had won awards in like '72, like architectural awards. It is truly like straight pyramid
Right.
type
Yeah.
of thing, and the corners are like straight due north south.
Right.
So I think it's some energy maybe attached to that. But there used to be People's Bank or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was a
Yes,
bank.
was.
bank.
It
Yeah,
was.
and then there was several other things. Used to be a law office.
Yes.
But when I got it, when myself and Dr. Scott purchased that building, it was a motorcycle repair shop.
Oh, really?
So it was all jacked up.
Oh, wow.
They left barrel of oil. I mean, and it was environmental concerns. in
Right,
there.
right.
And so, we were able to work out a pretty good deal and took the property and just revamped it. And going on our 5th year, we're happy to say because we opened up in 2019, November, and COVID hit that spring and sent
Right on
everybody
time.
home.
Yeah.
And then we kind of pivot and shift, and we survived that moment,
Right.
or this current moment coming out, and we're going into our 5th year, which is a critical year for us. We're in survival mode for
But I can say when COVID hit, many people told me that they were coming to your shop getting elderberry and some other different.
sea moss.
There you
moss,
go.
Sea
that
moss,
moss is the boss.
Yeah.
Sea moss, and right now we're Sheila G. is
Yeah.
big right now.
I was going to ask you about that. I'm glad you segue into that because you go on the internet right now, and all these commercials popping up. It's Sheila G, it's ashwagandha, and
We got
it's the sea moss.
ashwagandha. We got
So,
sea-
but my question is,
Yeah.
how do we know what? Because everything is not good that says it's good. How do you find the best product to put in your body? You don't want to go get some over the counter garbage, as you say, and put in your body. So how do we research and know what's the best to put in our bodies?
I would say the closer to the source, the better it is. Turmeric is a natural,
Anti-inflammatory.
anti-inflammatory.
Yes.
Peppermint helps ease the stomach.
Yes.
I can grow peppermint in turmeric. The closer to the source, the better it is.
Okay.
You can go to the store and get capsules.
Uh-huh.
You can get turmeric juice.
Uh-huh.
But if you pull it out the ground and juice it yourself, then you know what it is.
Right.
So we try to get closest to the source as possible. Even when you dry herbs, you know what I'm saying? And it requires a little homework to research the vendors that you're buying your product from. But I always say the closer you get to the plant, the better it is, or the herb, the better it is.
That makes sense. Because it's less stepped on, for less of a better term.
Less processed.
Yes. Yeah.
When you started out, you had said you wanted to do the two things, like you wanted to help the community, that was big to you, and then you wanted to provide, like you said, alternative forms or healthy organic forms. So when you talked about wanting to help the community, 5 years in business, you said, coming this November.
Yeah.
How do you feel that you've helped the community in in your opinion? And if so, how do you feel that you've done that? And what else do you feel like you're working on next in order to get the community together?
I do want to take a step back. Originally, when we started the Health Hut, we wanted to focus on hemp products.
Okay.
Okay. And that was our main focus to get involved in the hemp-related products,
Right.
so that we could promote natural health. And
Right.
then COVID-19, then we expanded from that.
Okay.
Okay, so
Gotcha.
that's number one. And we still, provide a wide variety of hemp products as well. Okay, because it's a natural plant.
Right.
So, but our original focus was hemp-related products
Okay.
in all its forms, and then grew from that natural orientation to the products that we have now. Now, as far as go back to your question, you know,
How you feel that you have helped the community as you initially came in wanting to do.
and that's a hard question because that's you asking me to jock myself.
We want, yes, absolutely.
You can brag that. You can toot your horn a little
That's,
bit.
that's why you're here.
Well, you know, I can say, you know, originally, I mean, I worked in the private sector, you know, as a operations manager in Chicago before moving
Okay.
to Fort Wayne in '95. You did your homework,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked as a logistic manager for Kroger's distribution center. And I decided I didn't want that life. It wasn't rewarding enough for me. Okay, I was looking for something with a little bit more, I guess, substance. So I decided to get into the education.
Okay.
So my contribution, my personal contribution to the community has been in education for the last 28 years.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
I'm currently I'm still in education. You know, I'm the school counselor at Memorial Park Middle School. You know, I love my students. I love helping people. I love enhancing the community, and so that's been my work for 28 years. I'm looking to retire here in the next few years, hopefully, and
Mm-hmm.
continue work in a different way.
I see.
I always work with middle school kids. They say if you can work with middle school kids, you can run a country.
I would have to agree.
Yes.
I would have to absolutely
Yeah,
agree.
that's a battle.
But I mean, it's a thing where you just helping people, you know, in all ways. So, but that's me personally. But to expand that out to the community, the Health Hut was born, you know, and so just looking at different modalities of dealing with health. When you see kids coming in and having hot Cheetos for breakfast, I'm like,
Yeah.
that shit is not good. That shit is not good. I don't say that to the kids. I tell the kids to put them Cheetos up until lunchtime. But that shit is not good. But I mean, it's a steady diet.
Right.
Hot Cheetos, pop,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
all the
It's a
junk,
norm.
processed stuff that's gonna take you out by the time you get of the right age. Because it's
Right.
garbage.
Right.
Yeah, and it's one of those things like we were just saying at the start of the show. You don't until you feel sick or you fall
Right.
ill. It's not even something that you address
It's not a
as
concern.
a parent. And now the parents are handing that, down to the children. So, in addition to all of that you had mentioned, you also are a massage therapist.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
And have you incorporated that into?
Well, originally we incorporated that into the Health Hut, and we had a massage room, kind of set aside. But when COVID-19 hit, we kind of,
Yeah,
Right.
step
hands
back from
off,
that. Yeah,
and we never went back.
Gotcha.
And but I wish we had just I wish the building we had was just a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
That way we could create a real operation where we can host massages.
Right.
But I am licensed massage therapist, and I think it's a good profession for anyone who may be interested in the healing arts.
Yes. Yes.
So, what kind of products do you have at the Health Hut? Because I hear now you have organic or free-range chickens, or
Yes, we have regenerative chickens. And I
Okay.
mean, these are natural chickens. These is not your average. These are not your $4.99 chickens at Costco. Beware
Okay.
them. But if you get a chicken for $4.99 cooked at Costco, you better start asking yourself a question.
right? I'm gonna tell you something.
Where'd you get them bird?
First of all,
You
I
gonna
ain't
raise
gonna buy
that
a
bird?
chicken from nowhere. I don't eat chicken. So.
Okay, I'm just saying. I was just using that, but what was it? I mean,
What other products? I know
Oh,
you
okay.
have
Yeah,
chicken.
we have our beef too. We have
Oh, you have
natural
beef as well.
Yes,
Okay.
we have regenerative beef as well, and of course the sea moss. We've introduced Shilajit to our repertoire, but we also have other food items, small items, and we want to expand on that as well, like some cereals, granolas, different things like that. It's hard to compete with Kroger's,
Right.
Yeah.
and some of the big brand stores when it comes to food, but with the farm, we're looking to introduce fresh produce. And we've had a fresh produce market in the past where we had a farmer's market set up, that type of thing. We would like to introduce that concept back in that area. But again, you're competing on Saturdays with the farmers market downtown.
on
So
Bear Bar.
it's that type of thing. We want to be able to supply, excuse me, in those times where they may not be open, but it's difficult,
Right,
to do
right,
that because
right.
the market downtown dominates, and that's good for downtown,
Right.
Yeah.
and that's good for downtown. But some people don't have access.
Right. And how do we get our people? Because our
Yeah, how
people
we
really
get our-
don't go downtown. You go downtown,
Right.
there's few and far between us down there.
This is where people like myself and other local farmers or urban farmers come into place to provide it in their community. I know we live, our farm is located in the O3 neighborhood,
Okay.
um,
That's
and
Lewis
right-
Street area.
right off of Wayne, Trace, Shealy, and Summer.
Okay, I know
there,
exactly where
Big
that
C
is.
Lumber,
Yep.
right over there.
Okay.
We want to set up shop right over there.
Okay.
We got some big business people in that community. We have some community people that's eating off of my farm,
Right.
And I think over time we want to set up maybe a pick and pay for the local community,
That's
so they
okay.
can walk
Sounds
and
good.
get their fresh vegetables. And Mr. Charles Law, who owns the church adjacent to myself, he owns Prime.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my boy from the G,
Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he-
so
the
yeah,
boxer.
we doing some
Yeah.
we doing some stuff together in that community to enhance and enhance the community, make food available, because we're looking to do a farmers market possibly over at the church where he's at, and we're gonna he's doing some great things over there too in terms of feeding the homeless. With
That's good.
with the Shepherd's Kitchen and donating food and allowing people access. Man, there's some awesome things that he's doing,
All right.
and we're collaborating. We're doing some things together. So
Yeah, that's
because
good.
it is a real food desert.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
just over there.
Yes, absolutely. We talk about that quite often.
Now, with your products, your products that you have in store, like, do you have the juices?
We have We have the sea moss shakes, which is an option. We were working with the group to provide fresh smoothies. That may or not be still an option, but that is a possibility. And quite frankly, we're open to vendors who who would like to do business with us and and have some good product. We're open to local small businesses. We
Do
got
you
good
still-
product, good price.
Do you still have your community fair where you have people come out? You have different vendors.
Oh, that was
come out?
tight, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
We've been there a couple of
Yeah,
times.
we went.
You and I were there a couple
Yeah.
of times.
We hope to bring that back this year. Typically when we do that, we have someone to kind of oversee that. A project manager, so to speak,
Yes.
who puts all that stuff together. I got my hands in a lot of different things, and then to be responsible for that, that's just one more piece that's going to take away from the other
right.
stuff that I have in place. So, but if you're a project manager out there, if you want to put on some farmers market or some venues, I have some space. We'll work out the loot, the moolah, and we can make it crack.
Right.
Okay.
That's good. That's good. Hopefully somebody out there listening.
Yeah,
Dave, could you give the address of the location?
The Health Hut is located not too far from here, 3304 Fairfield Avenue, just south of the Boys and Girls Club,
Okay.
and just north of Rudisill.
Look for the Pyramid Building.
Look for the Pyramid Building. We're right across the street from Packard Park.
And the healthhutwellnesscenter.com is the website.
That's our website. You can find a selection of our products on the website. We're looking to enhance that and add more products as well.
Okay.
So that's a great start to kind of get a feel for who we are and what we provide.
Okay.
We do have our own brand, Dr. Scott Selection. We're looking to brand more of our products.
Okay.
We have and Dr. Scott Henry is an awesome researcher, and so if you have any questions about cardiovascular health,
Right.
Yeah. What if someone, because a lot of people, if we're being real, are afraid to, because if they were raised, let's say around, if you get sick, you get an antibiotic. This is how it goes.
Right.
And so they raise their children like that, which is fine because they don't know anything else. So what if somebody is watching, or myself or anyone who is curious, they just don't know a lot, and they're not ready to quite go in and say, hey, give me XYZ, but they have questions. Can they just come in and talk to you? Can they call you?
Research it.
Research.
Man,
Research.
you can call me
Okay,
anytime.
perfect.
But with all this technology at the palm of their hand, and don't even let me talking about, AI.
Right,
It's a different world, isn't it?
It's no excuse.
right.
But we have a dumbed down population
That's true.
who can't think critically, who know a lot but don't understand little. Understand a lot.
Understand.
Right.
They understand little.
Right.
In terms of application, you might have a good 3% who can take what they actually learn, understand it, and apply it in the real world.
And I want to ask this because this is something a lot of us don't understand and we don't try to get to. But gut health is a big thing.
Huge.
So how would or what was a good way for me to start to do a better, take care of my gut better?
I know for myself, I'm 55 years old, okay? And your body change
Right.
over time. Well, your diet should change too. I remember after football practice, I can eat 3 Big Macs, 2 fries, and down it
Right.
with a shake.
Right.
And shit, I'd be ready, to fight. I eat a half a damn veggie burger and be ready to take a nap or something. But but it's a thing where you have to know where your body is at any given time along the spectrum of your age, and to make the dietary adjustments. Now, because I'm so picky with my food, I have to supplement my body with the necessary things it needs so it can function right.
Right.
So I make sure at 55, I'm taking a probiotic for gut health. I can't eat a lot of that processed stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It'll tear me up, man. Inflamed bowels, all kind of stuff. Processed food will jack you up. You can't shit for 3 days. That's a problem. Because that stuff is backed up in your sewage system, rotten, and you don't understand why your breath smell like shit, or you sweating and you smell like a pig, because the shit in you is trying to get out and you won't let it because you keep backing it up with more shit. So you need a damn enema or some. I don't know, a half a gallon of milk to poot and shit that out, Good luck.
Right. I love your honesty and people. But here's the thing. They got to take it in the context in which you're saying.
Well, I'm just saying,
And
until you
what
start
you're
shitting
saying is-
blood,
right.
and until you start having belly aches, and until fucking can't see, or your leg is gonna fall off, then people start saying, "Can I get a pill?"
Right.
Good luck with that.
Good luck.
Right.
You've damaged your body 30, 40, 50 years, and you want that shit. You want a pill that's gonna change it in a week,
It's not gonna happen.
Damage wasn't done overnight.
and it's not going to turn around overnight.
Right.
Dave,
Yes.
tomorrow we are talking specifically about community. What does a healthy community look like? So before we head out, if you would just speak right into the mic and into the camera, and let Fort Wayne know what if you could say this is a healthy community, what would that encompass? What does a healthy community look like to you in your head?
A healthy community starts with a strong economic base. Okay? A strong community starts with family, both male and female in the house. Okay? Working family starts with economic base. Okay? And you take that economic base and you start owning shit. Okay? You own where you live. You don't rent where you live. You own where you live.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. A strong, healthy community has a strong school base. You have a strong economic base. You have a strong educational base. Now business may consider setting up shop in your community.
Right.
Yes.
If you got a jacked up economic base,
Right.
if you have a poor educational base,
True.
I don't want to do business with you. If I'm putting money on the table, but I'm just talking in general
Right,
terms.
right.
I'm a risk taker. I'm a risk taker. So I mean, I'm betting on black.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just, but I'm just saying, if you want a healthy community, it starts with a strong economic base. It starts with a strong educational base, and then business base. The business will come. That's part of that economic base, and then you start building a political structure. Your money is going to buy the politicians.
Man, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
I think we can all.
And then you can start getting the law on your side.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you have that, then you can go to the table and say, hey, if you're working as a community.
Right.
Okay. I mean, I'm talking about a collective community with a collective vote.
Right.
And then you can start talking about an agenda, a political agenda.
Right.
Don't even start that bullshit if you're not community together.
Right.
Or if you don't have an economic base.
You preaching.
You got to have some money to buy votes. Now, I graduated from IU Bloomington, that was my thing, government. I was going to get into politics.
I can tell a little bit. I can tell a little.
Yeah.
We need a mayor.
I mean, I don't like to be in the spotlight, but I'm just saying, I had opportunity to work in Washington D.C. with the U.S. General Accounting Office, which is an investigative arm to Congress, and understanding the political process. Nobody in here got enough money to shift the law. You ain't got
Right.
enough money
Not individual.
Right.
to change policy.
Right.
Your
We
broke
need to come
ass ain't
together.
got enough.
We
You can
gotta
talk
come
that
together.
bullshit if you want to,
But it ain't
but
gonna
if you
happen
ain't changing policy with
until
your
we got
mouth.
the money. You gotta have the money. You gotta have that. You
You
gotta
don't
have
have
that
an
backing.
economic base. You don't have no money
There you
to
go.
contribute to somebody's fund or something like that, man. You just somebody talking
Yeah, you're right.
Well, that
or begging, whatever you do. I
I
don't
think
know.
we could all agree with all of that.
But a strong, healthy community has all those things in place.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. So we want to
I could
thank
be
you,
a-
Dave.
I could be an advisor. I mean, I'm too raw and uncut to be in the camera, but
You-
I could be an advisor.
You are great. You are great.
I could be an advisor.
Man.
I'll be the man behind the
behind
the
the
doors
doors.
door.
Man,
Man,
you have been
I'll be that
refreshing tonight.
I'll be that guy. Be like, hey man, don't do that. You don't want to make that move.
I feel you.
I trust
I
that
could
you
be
would-
that guy.
I trust that you could be.
And you
I
be
trust-
genuine with it.
I
Yeah,
trust
man.
that.
I say, hey
Well,
man,
that genuine, we need
there'll be
that.
consequences, repercussions if you go that way.
Yeah, we need that genuineness.
I can go mediate that conflict over in the East, in the Middle East over there.
Well, as far as right here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, we appreciate you.
Yes, we
and
do.
all that
Yes.
you do for the community,
Well, I
the
appreciate
awareness, the education that you bring. So we want to thank you all for watching this evening. Again, if you go Health Hut Wellness Center, you can call him, he said,
And what's your address
or you
once
can
again?
stop by.
3304 Fairfield Avenue,
Yes.
Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46803. And we do have a wonderful staff. So if
Okay.
I'm not there, we have a
I
wonderful
think
staff.
one of
that'll help.
one of our people part time works for you, Shalante.
Shalante.
Yes.
Clement.
Shalante
Yeah,
Clement,
she's a
yes.
great asset to the Health
Yes,
Hut. We
yes.
appreciate her, Yeah, she's super cool. We
Yeah.
like
We love
Shalante.
Shalante, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we've enjoyed you, Dave. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
for being here.
Thank you for having
And
me.
as we exit, what do we always tell the audience?
Peace and soul.
Always protect your mind.
Good night.
A podcast by Neutral Voices Media Group. In the Know.